Do not disturb. Start streaming. I don't understand why that's so forward. Still start streaming. Here we go. Oh, it's live. It's going. Didn't even count 1, 2, 3. Welcome back.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. to the 91st episode of the Premium Advantage, baby. Woo! We are rolling things forwards. We are rolling things forward. Yep, it is moving. We gotta do sound check.
91.
91. We're doing a sound check. We're doing a live check. We're doing a production check. We're checking all over the place. It's the second take. Yesterday we had a little bit of sound issues. So if you caught the episode and you didn't hear us, here's the second take. Here is the second take. Today, on episode 91, the special mentions. We're here to help you. Our company thinks about your needs in saving time and money in insurance and taxes. Go to the website, thepremiumadvantage.com, set up your appointment, talk to one of the professionals, see how we can help you. Today, our host, myself, Roberto, Premium HTX on all social medias. Look me up if you have any questions. Our co-host, Mr. Jacinto.
Hello to everyone in podcast land.
In today's agenda, we have some information. We're always trying to get to the edge of information. We're trying to get the most updated information out there. How are we looking on the sound check?
Oh, it's great. No, we're good.
Oh, we're looking good on the sound check. All right, let's keep things moving.
I thought you heard it. Yeah. I turned it up.
All right. So we have some updates on Aurora. We have some feet on the ground. Aurora. Some updates on the hurricane. The tools and incentives. The summary episode with regards to the tools and incentives for world peace. We have been talking about it. We are evolving the process.
Must evolve.
Sportsito section with the Texans and the Astros. And in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, a little bit acerca de los mexicanos. La sección en español para los mexicanos. Okay, siguiendo adelante. Bush. On the local side. Cool. The updates on Aurora. Anybody hear anything about Aurora? I heard something about Aurora.
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing.
I heard some incredible things in Aurora. Some incredible things were happening in Aurora that led us to have to investigate. Now, it was a bit complex, but now, after digging and finding out information,
we dug a little.
We got a little feedback. We got feedback because we asked questions. Is the nature of how we get the information. All right?
Yeah.
So some updates. Apparently, there's no gang takeover. No gang takeover.
See, this is all I've heard in the news or in the Twitter verse. Is that there's the gang is taking over an apartment complex or something
That's what they were saying a month ago.
Yeah.
Gang takeover, taking over the rent from the people that live there. They completely destroyed an apartment complex or took over an apartment complex. Incredible situations it was all over the place.
Sure.
But now, after weeks of the information being out there, the media from all over the country going over there, we have some confirmations from the mayor, from the police, from other media sources that have gone, and by Sam. Data Science Sam, who did an episode a couple of weeks ago here with us, lives there now.
Literally
lives there. And we asked, hey, give us some feedback about what's happening. He sent us some news clips confirming the information. No gangs. There are potentially some gang situations, but no gang takeover.
So apparently, what is it?
What it looks like, it potentially more than anything else, is a slumlord situation from outer state. Slumlord situation from outer state, not wanting to clean up the property and essentially blaming the immigrants. Incredible, right?
Slumlord.
That's what it looks like. It's more than anything. The mayor went to the apartment complex that was in question. The police went. The media sources. They interviewed a bunch of people, and the nature of the situation looks like it's more like maintenance of the property.
A slumlord sounds like the final boss in a grimy video game. Slumlord. That's a weird word.
Clean it up. I'm not cleaning it up.
No,
I'm not
it's up there
cleaning it up.
Destroying it, like you're just...
You keep sending money,
play
and you
that.
guys.
Hey, somebody make that video game. I'm down for that.
And the reason why it persists, they persist on this situation is because this particular slumlord had already been cited in the past before all of this came up.
Cited slumlord.
Boom. So update
done.
on Aurora.
I love it.
Now the hurricane, Helene. Oh my goodness. Now keep in mind, this was yesterday's picture because we did the episode yesterday. However, it's still relevant. We're just still not sure exactly where the hurricane is at this particular
So you can
moment.
see that the highs were creating the lows, and they were truncating on the southern winds, which created the there's Cuba right there. Cuba Libre, mira, papá la bola chica, mira. So anyways, yeah, so it's such a crazy little thing here, and apparently it did a little hook right here, so it's affecting a lot of the United States. I feel very bad for this spot right here.
Yeah.
This spot right here, it's a beautiful beach town
Yeah.
that completely destroyed. They
Oh,
say there's
really?
something like a couple of buildings survived.
Oh, man.
It's literally just, there's drone footages of just wood planks.
Oh, wow.
Just for miles. It's insane how this spot right here is where it destroyed the most right away initially. But it's causing tons of flooding. There's so many people, so many states.
Yeah.
How many states is it?
Let's see here.
Look at that.
Count. Along 8 states was the count that we did. We got Florida impacted, Georgia impacted, the Carolinas, North and South Carolina, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. And we're not sure if it hit Ohio or Pennsylvania.
It's affecting both.
It's affecting both.
So it's affecting all 9 of these states right
Yeah.
here, man. I mean, even the Kakalakis, no Kakalakis. No, they just say North Kakalaki. They don't say Kakalaki in South Carolina. Anyways, so it's pretty crazy, man. Like how many states are affected. Don't forget, folks. Anybody affected out there, man? Get your FEMA applications going, man. This is something that this is prepared for. As soon as the president declares something a natural disaster, there's a declared emergency. There's automatically funds set up by the government to FEMA to distribute. So I'd like to tell people that I'm familiar with this because I've gone through it a lot of times with FEMA myself. Is get yourself pictures, before and after pictures of everything, receipts, save every receipt. Go out and get things that you need immediately and save those receipts because they're going to reimburse it. And get those applications in at ASAP because then you can actually update things as you get them. But get your applications in right away. It must be really hard, like being just covered in water, your house destroyed, just so just mentally, physically, spiritually just destroyed to think about doing paperwork or going online and filling out stuff. It's just monotonous. I know it's crazy, but you got to do it, man. Do it early, do it soon, and keep records.
Keeping in mind there's potential benefits on the taxation side. Typically speaking, whenever there is a nationally declared disaster, there's some credits there available or some special deductions that you can take, special deductions on your standard deduction. We can't guarantee any stuff is going to happen. However, this is the typical pattern that we've seen in nationally declared disasters. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. If you have questions about this, go to thepremiumadvantage.com, set up your appointment. We'll answer whatever questions we can. Okay?
Awesome.
Moratoriums in Texas are lifted. Whenever the hurricane originally didn't have a particular path, we got some moratoriums. Moratorium meaning the insurance companies were not activating any policies.
Thank you. I had no idea what that was for a second.
And it took about maybe 5 to 7 minutes, and then we got the moratorium lifted for this particular hurricane.
So why was it 5 to 7 minutes? I don't understand what.
I guess the hurricane was doing this number. And it's like, I'm going to go to Texas, and then it backed up and it went somewhere else. It's very challenging, yeah. This is the year where we had the most moratoriums and the most moratoriums lifted that I've seen in 15 years.
Is it always that close like that? Is it always?
Never. I've never seen a moratorium come in and then 5 to 10 minutes later be lifted. Very intriguing little situation. Yeah. It may have something to do with the wiggles that you were mentioning, where it was like, yeah. You see how it goes? The particular one of these lines here activates the moratoriums, typically speaking. So if it passed a line here and then a curve, it's hard to say. It's hard to say how quickly the communication goes in those cases. But we did have a moratorium for some moments, and then they lifted it. So in Texas, thank goodness we're clear with regards to that situation.
I'm gonna do a conspiracy theory episode. This is just making me think about stuff. Anyway,
time for review. Don't forget, time for review. One of the things that we have tried to be consistent is some incentives and tools for the markets for world peace. World peace.
World peace.
These are some of the information that we've gathered over time. All right. So one of the incentives, because we're not just going out saying world peace, we want world peace.
I mean, we could.
We do, but we're adding. Right? We're saying not only are we saying world peace, there's some incentives out there for this factor, and then not only are we saying, hey, there's some incentives, we're also throwing in tools that we're learning as we get more episodes, more professionals into sharing information that is not widely known. And so at this point, we do a summary review. We've been able to do them monthly, adding each time. Okay, so here we go. World peace, incentives for the markets, lower inflation. If you're saying inflation is an issue, keep this in mind. A world at peace should have lower inflation, potentially maybe even no inflation, depending on how we utilize these tools. Keep this in mind. These are situations that are not existing at the moment, right? So we're looking to see how we can potentially get here. Lower taxes. All of the current taxes right now being implemented involve some situation where the world is not at peace. So keep this in mind, right? This is the nature of that is, if the world is at peace, then this taxation situation of world not at peace should diminish.
Does that mean people who are in charge of those taxes are like chaos because they're making money?
It's hard to say the nature of that situation of how. You see the complicating nature of this conversation, the complicating nature of this conversation, dude. Right? It should lower the taxes if the world is at peace. You go, hold on, do the taxes and the money and the funding. Are these
snowball effect?
Are these creating solutions, or are they creating more problems and more taxes that more people are not interested? Well, we're not in the position to be able to gauge these ultimate decisions at the end. However, we perceive that it should lower the taxes if the world is at peace. Lower insurance. People keep saying, the insurance is going up, the insurance is going up. A world at peace should have lower insurance costs. Lower insurance costs because there should be more resources available, right? Instead of acclimating resources to war, these resources could be acclimated to other circumstances that would help lower insurance costs overall, such as maybe weather-related problems, or maybe health-related problems for health insurance. Right. So if we are able to focus more on these issues, it should lower the cost of insurance, right? Unless there's some form of mismanagement situation, which is slightly different, right? Different.
Wouldn't you agree also if there's world peace that people would be healthier because they're quote unquote happier, and then so there's less need for it?
It sounds like a reasonable correlation between these things.
One way to find out
is to move in that direction and see if we can get there and go through that process. But now, keep this in mind. Well, something that we've learned is there's always going to be some form of opposition to progress, I guess you could say, to moving things in the direction of peace. We're looking to see what are the benefits, and we see a lot of benefits, right? Less risk. It sounds possible definitely. That there's a correlation to definitely have less risk if there's more peace, right? It seems like there is a correlation here, right? Additionally, more markets. More markets is an incentive for the markets for world peace. Currently, my impression, after all the information that we've been gathering, is that there is a limitation that's creating for the market with regards to the war, or the wars, or the world not at peace. Let's just say that. A world not at peace limits the markets because there's more focus on the wars, right? So the war market grows, but it impedes these other natural markets from coming in.
And more markets is going to be obviously better for the consumer. Get more options.
Because there's more options. Right.
It's like walking through the markets. You ever go to like a foreign market in Mexico or like in Europe, and all those markets, there's just like tons of them. You're like, I don't want that. I'll just go over here. It's nice.
And then the latest one that we've added to the list, lower interest, right? Our perception is that the current interest rates that are out there, all the calculations from the banks and from the Federal Reserve and from all of these calculations include some form of not at peace situation, right? Not at peace situation. Right now, it's currently lowered. And now, for those who are not aware, what is interest? Interest is the cost of borrowing money, of having money available, right? So that is a cost that is associated whenever more money is needed. So when more money is needed for situations that are not at peace, it stands to reason that would increase the risk, which means it would increase the interest. So this is what we're saying is a world at peace should have a calculation for lower overall interest, lower overall inflation, lower taxes, lower insurance, less risk, and more markets. So these are some incentives. So as we share more information, if there's more feedback, please send it our way so we can share it along with the public. Now we went through the incentives. We also have some tools that we've been gathering and saving, and as the information comes up, okay? Some tools for the markets to help along with this process. One of the tools that we learned that is available, infinite markets. Infinite markets means that there is no limit. Our perception, we have not been able to localize a definition for the limits of the markets. The markets are currently defined by the human need or want of exchanges and things, right? So there's infinite markets available for this proposition. Keep that in mind. So if there's infinite markets, what solutions can we implement with regards to having a world at peace, right?
Talk about options for consumers, man. If there's infinite markets,
That's right.
there
That's
ain't
right.
no limit to what we can do.
Mhm.
Holla if you hear me, baby. You know I'm coming through.
There's a song there. We talk about that a little bit more. Infinite money. Infinite market brings infinite money. Keep it in mind, infinite money is not really free money because there's interest.
Ah, boo.
But it is infinite, right?
Oh,
So
yay.
I know. So the situation where people say, "Oh, there's no money," or "There's no money," it's incorrect. There is infinite money available to us. We've learned in prior episodes with sharing the information that money is infinite. Money has been many things. It's been metals. It's been paper. Currently, it's also evolving into
Services.
services, correct? The exchange, the nature of that. So money can be anything. It's been anything. It could be anything. It could be things that we don't even know that exist at the moment.
Ooh.
Cryptocurrency was not, nobody knew, right? Nobody knew cryptocurrency, understood the nature of that process. Who's to say what is the next evolution of money? Because as we learned, it's infinite. It used to be other things. Now it's other things, and in the future it will be more things.
Or even like in a Mad Max world where like the nukes come down, there's only a couple people left. The only thing left is water. Water is, you remember Mad Max?
It's an exchange, yeah.
Water was literally like money.
It's the nature of the exchange. Infinite markets brings infinite money. However, we're not looking to get to the Mad Max scenario.
No. I'm just saying. Like, no, that's the extreme that way. And then extreme the other way in the future is going to be fascinating as to what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. We have heartfulness meditation. Meditation, a free resource for humanity. Meditation. We already have this ability to do this.
And guess how much it costs?
Zero.
$3.99.
$3.99.
You can do it right now. You can just start meditating. Don't do it right now because we're doing this episode right now. But you can do it right now. What's the Dr.
Marabusi.
Marabusi. Dr. Marabusi. Check out the episode we did where we did a live meditation. It's really awesome. Look at my eyes, by the way. Take a look. It's kind of interesting to watch that. But yeah, and they say that the doctor said that the best time to do that is first thing in the morning. You want to kind of like time it so like the sun and your eyes are open, or how does that go?
You want to start before the sunrise, and as soon as when you finish, maybe take a small glimpse of sunlight to catch your eye, and there you go.
You want to like awaken as the sun is rising, like that's ideal, and you're gonna wake up and have like an awesome day that day. And it's happened. I've tried it a few times. It's hard. It's challenging to do it, time it right. Also, because I'm not much of a morning person, but yeah, no, it really works, man.
And it's free. Free organizations out there that will help you go through this process so that you can have this tool available for yourself.
I've actually got people who told me that from our meditation episode that watched the episode and said, you know what, it was amazing because I didn't know how to meditate. Like some people don't even know how to like literally shut their brain off. Yeah. And that's what the doctor teaches, and it's free. His website is free to teach you how to do it, how to shut your brain off, how to breathe, focus. There's also lots of apps out there. I mean, there's so many things. Like there's so many studies now about meditation. Yeah, it's just gonna be great. Do it.
Two brains.
Do it.
Were you aware that humans have two brains? We did an episode. We got the education, the information that there is a tiny brain in your heart. In your heart, there's a tiny. I know, right? So if you thought, oh, humans have one brain, well, imagine what the ability is now that you are aware. Oh, we have two brains.
You hear that, octopuses?
We're getting close. We're getting close.
You got 8. We got 2.
We're getting close.
We're on our way.
I'll tell you this. Have you heard of the octopus war? Have you heard of the octopus war?
What is the what?
That's right. That's because they got 8 brains. We got 2. We're on our way.
They figured it out.
We need to see the octopi figure it out.
They figured it out. If the aliens come down, they're gonna look at this planet and be like, "Those octopuses are the highest form of species on this planet, not those Earth destroyers."
Just look at them warring. Yeah, it's intriguing. It helps. It helps think about the emotional intelligence and the vocabulary needed for a world at peace, right? Sometimes we need to expand our vocabulary to properly expand or detail the nature of what we're trying to communicate.
You say that the communication between the two is how you achieve emotional intelligence.
It's something that everybody has inside, right? An ability to coordinate their thoughts and coordinate their emotions and to be able to understand what is happening around.
Dude, and that's super huge for relationships. You know that? I'm talking about all relationships, not just single people trying to date, not just people who are married in relationships. I'm talking about all relationships, business relationships. Every relationship you have, you have to be able to communicate with that person effectively, right? Like the way they communicate, right? Some people like to like stare at you in their eyes when they're talking to you the whole time. Some people are auditory people,
Right,
like they're
right.
like they're looking around, but they're listening to you. I'm
Layers.
kind of like that.
Layers.
Some people are very like touchy-feely people, like this guy, like they like to slap stuff and grab stuff and like, hey, I'm gonna show you this thing. Give it to me. Let me see it. Like it's important to, if someone likes to communicate a certain way, communicate back to them that way. And then you start opening up all four of y'all's brains up.
Get into world peace.
Yeah, man.
One step at a time.
I love that.
Posture. Posture is another tool that all humans have available to them, right? It helps with energy. Dr. Seth Lawrence helped us with a couple of episodes and information with regards to posture, right? It's essentially a battle for efficiency in your body, to have more blood flow efficiently, aligning your muscles and your bones so that they flow better. So it's a tool available at no cost, meaning that it doesn't cost money, right? It costs your mind to put you through this process. However, posture is a tool available that we have. Okay.
Blood circulation is everything, man. At the end of the day, that's how the free radicals come out of your body. That's how your body moves oxygen. It's super, super important.
Adding one small step into the thought process. Oh, we posture up so that it clears up this
posture up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Should be on a t-shirt. Posture up.
The latest one that we've added to the list, art. Art is a good tool available that we have as humanity, as humans, for getting to this world peace potential model, right? Art, expressing solutions through art. Instead of I'm thinking it's reasonable to say, I'm not gonna go and argue with you physically and do this work. More like let me draw this. Let me draw my discontent. You know, a big proportion of artists from the past use this tool. We still have it available to us, right? Keeping in mind thinking of Leonardo da Vinci. Keeping in mind of the list is so long. I would hate to.
Hitler.
Oh, what? What are you saying? Elaborate.
Hitler.
I don't know what you're saying.
Hitler.
What about him?
Was an artist at first, before he was Mr. Crazy Hitler guy. And then he was attempted to go to a particular art school and got denied.
Oh, really?
And then he went on his Hitler rage. Not like right after that, but it wasn't like that day. He was like, what? And we started like, it was like later. But still, imagine what Hitler would have been like had he gotten into that art school, continued with his art.
How intriguing. So potentially more art schools not denying students more artistic situations that come up, because art is a market. And we have infinite markets, right? So we have infinite potentials for art. Keeping in mind the solutions to try to implement them to a model for world peace so that everything else aligns.
Dude, this is a special time right now for artists too, because any sort of form of expression is valuable now. It's with social media. People can sell their art, and they're talking about any type of art. There was a guy, what did he say? It was like a banana on the wall. Like it was like $1 million or something in France. And then everybody came to take pictures of this banana stuck to a wall because it was a banana. So it would,
you see how easy it is?
It was deteriorating. And then some reporter came and how they come and vandalize art?
Yeah.
He came and vandalized. Oh, he came and took it off the wall and ate it.
What?
Yes.
What?
And everybody freaked out and he got arrested. And
what?
Yeah, dude, because it was art. I mean,
sure, delicious art.
But it's still a banana nailed to a wall.
Interesting.
But anyways, there's so many different forms of art nowadays, and there's not necessarily the term, the old term of starving artist isn't necessarily true anymore, because you can sell your art online. There's so many different ways to make money. So, man, expression through your art and making money doing it is just.
Keeping in mind the aim is to world peace, right? We're looking for the model for world peace. Some tools, some incentives, some things that we already have available that we perceive are underutilized. Big proportion underutilized, you know? So we're sharing the information so that more folks have it available. Let's keep going. All right. Tools and incentives for world peace. Good to go. Now, sports. Sports, Tinto. Here we go. What we got? We got the Texans kids. What's up? Talk to us, Tinto.
All right, that was my intro song. So, Texans update. So we had a little skid, a little problem. We just lost our first game against the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings put a good slap into us.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's me, huh?
Jonathan Grenard, our old linebacker, he was on their team now. He was talking trash the whole time.
He knew our secrets. He knew our secrets. Man, you gotta think about that, guys.
But we still shot ourselves in the foot many times.
Many times.
Specifically our offensive. Oh, dude, shooting from the hip, shooting ourselves in the foot. And specifically our offensive line. Our offensive line completely let us down this time. I've been saying since we got this guy, number 78. I'm not even going to say his name because it just upsets me. Number 78, our offensive lineman, we got him years ago. Yeah. And when we first got him, I was saying this. He has a problem jumping. He has a problem with false starts. He leads the league in false starts every year. Every year he leads the league, and he's already starting the season off way ahead.
He needs to meditate. He needs to meditate.
So it bugs me because, look, I can talk, y'all. I can talk about this because I was an offensive lineman. Look, I was this tall since 5th grade. Like I've been 5'11" since 5th grade. Like I just stuck there. Everybody thought I was going to end up being like Shaquille O'Neal because I was so tall early, but I just stayed like that. So I remember being in every football team there. I was like, hey coach, I want to be a running back or a quarterback or they're like, yeah, whatever kid, you're on the offensive line, you know, because I'm huge. So I played offensive line for like 6-7 years of my life. And back in those like Pop Warner, like early type of football days, we don't really pass that much. It's all running game. Yeah. So we work on the fundamentals of offensive linemen, timing, moving, screening, you know, guards pulling, all that stuff. Yeah. We work to death all day long. So I know everything there is to know about offensive lineman, being an offensive lineman, and I can tell you from experience that man is a giant milk dud. He's a fat turd, and it drives me crazy because here's what he's doing. He's lazy, y'all. He's being lazy. He's trying to anticipate the snap before he goes to get there sooner. He's trying to cheat. And then he's also lazy in regards to his feet. All he has to do is move his feet and get there because he's a giant milk dud. Yeah. All he has to do is get in front of the guy. But instead, he's just like, He just reaches over because he's lazy. So hopefully we can get that together. I know our coach, D'Amico Ryans, used to be a player, and he was a high-level player, and he's a captain. So I know he's gonna take care of that. And so we're gonna look forward to this next game.
Two tweaks is minus number 78 with regards to the early snap. Minus 78, right? And you know what? That happened to us actually. The Texans, that happened to us the last season whenever we got disqualified or we were playing for the Super Bowl. They got us on the snap. Several calls they did against us. I remember
it was 78.
Yes.
Always. It's always, dude. It's always him. Not always, okay? No, I'm not saying always, but the majority of the time it's him.
All right.
And it kills me. So
let's work on that, guys. Let's work on that.
We're 2-1, so we're still optimistic that we're going to win the AFC South. So we're excited about that.
The Astros, what do we got?
Astros update, man. We made it again to the playoffs. This is amazing. We've been going to the playoffs consecutively, and it's just something that's very rare in sports to do because when you do this consecutively, that means you're playing a longer season than everyone else, and we're doing it every single year. Wow. So the guys are just killing it. We got everybody healthy except Jordan Alvarez had a little bit of a tweak, but he'll be all right. We don't know what's going to happen with Justin Verlander because he came back a little bit too early from his surgery because he's just a gamer. He really wanted to help the team, you know, but he's not doing well. So all of our young bucks, and shout out to Ronald Blanco, who had a no-hitter on his very first game this year. He had a no-hitter. But he's going to be our ace, I'm thinking. We got Fromber. So we're optimistic about the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. Shout out to the Detroit Tigers, who just made it to the playoffs for the first time in a million years. Wow, so it's really great and shout out to my boy Daryl. We're going to be talking trash in the playoffs, man. So right now the standings are the playoff picture is that the Astros are going to play the Royals. We're the 3rd seed. They're the 6th seed. The wild card is going to be the Tigers and the Orioles. The winner of the Astros and Kansas City is going to play Cleveland. The winner of the Orioles in Detroit is going to play the Yankees. So over in the National League, we got the Mets and the Brewers against, and then the wild card is the Braves against the Padres, who also creeped in at the very end of the playoffs. So it's a weird playoff picture the way it ended up. But the teams that are in have created this amazing momentum, and that's what's amazing about baseball is it's a lot of momentum based. And so the fact that these teams, like the Astros, were 10 games behind at the beginning of the season, and everybody was counting us out. Everybody's like, "You should
not you,
not me." I put my money in the Astros to win the World Series at the very beginning of this year. But everybody was counting us out. They were even saying trade everybody, like trade Altuve. Yeah. Like they were talking about craziness because we were so bad at the beginning of the year. And look at us back. So anyways, playoff picture is good. Astros are excited. We're pumped. Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's it. Y ahora, because of Hispanic Heritage Month, vamos a tener una sección en español.
¿Qué?
O en español o castellano, que es
castellano.
castellano, que es la madre lengua, la lengua madre, chico, es que viene de Castilla.
Ellos no dicen tico, pero sí, está bien. Ellos dicen vosotros.
Vosotros,
Vosotros.
vosotros, vosotros,
Vosotros.
vosotros, castellano. Entonces, una sección para los mexicanos. Hemos tenido aquí el honor de poner la información para nuestros vecinos al sur, los mexicanos. ¿Okay?
Mexicanos a grito de guerra. En italiano. Es todo lo que sé.
Es todo un poquito de información que hemos podido conseguir. Si ustedes conocen un poco más y nos quieren mandar la información, por favor, mándenlas. Para los mexicanos, no sé si estaban de acuerdo o si saben con respecto a esto, Jacinto. ¿Qué? Cuéntanos.
Es un facto
Un facto.
Todos piensan que Michael Jackson,
Miguel.
el Miguel Jackson,
El Miguelito.
el Miguel Jackson, él creó el moonwalk.
No.
No, fue un mexicano.
¿Qué?
Se llama Resortes.
¿Qué?
Resortes. Excuse me, Resortes lo creó. Él fue la persona. Y puedes ver en el YouTube, si quieres ahorita mismo. Si quieres ver ahorita mismo, búscalo en el YouTube, Resortes Moonwalk. Y puedes verlo. Él lo creó antes que nació Miguel Jackson.
¡Wow!
Mira
¡Qué interesante!
esa cosa positiva. Mira.
¡Qué interesante! El tequila mexicano. Cualquier margarita que hayas probado que sea una margarita de verdad, tenía tequila. Y el tequila solo viene de México. Así que gracias, mexicanos, por el tequila.
¿Esa planta cómo se llama? Agave.
El agave. Yo tomo agave, no todos los días, pero lo pongo un poquito en el café, lo uso como mi azúcar. Entonces,
más saludable, ¿no?
Por eso es lo que lo utilizo, ¿no? ¿Verdad? Entonces, gracias por el moonwalk, gracias por el tequila. Los avocados que también se hace aguacate, o sea, el 2 en 1. El 2 en 1 tan eficiente esta situación.
Todos
Eficiente.
quieren aguacate. Todos queremos guacamole fresco en la mesa.
¡Cao! Tantas cosas deliciosas, tantas cosas tan... todas las experiencias que he tenido con los mexicanos han sido muy buenas. He ido a México varias veces, a muchas ciudades. Todas las experiencias, muy recomendable que vayan. Pienso yo, ¿no? ¿Verdad?
Yep.
Y aparte de eso, la infraestructura está también cambiando. La infraestructura está cambiando. Es lo que hemos estado escuchando. Mucha gente.
Muchos americanos se han retirado para allá para abajo para ver si
ido para allá.
Hay comunidades americanos, hay lugares, están cambiando todo. Es una maravilla.
A veces hay cosas negativas que salen. A veces, como en todos lados.
Que es peligro,
que es cosas así.
Cartel, esas cosas, pero ha cambiado mucho. Yo conozco mucha gente que viaja por allá y tengo clientes que viven ahí. Entonces, como en todos lados, hay unas buenas y cosas malas, pero nosotros hemos visto siempre cosas buenas, por lo menos en nuestra experiencia hasta ahora. ¿Okay? Y los tacos. ¡Oh! ¿A quién no les gustan los tacos?
Tacos mexicanos tan buenos y tan deliciosos. Son unas cosas que...
Hechos de las manos de Dios.
Tan buenas esas cosas. Aparte de que es posible que vayamos a agregar los tacos como una herramienta para paz mundial.
Yo creo que no hay ninguna persona en este mundo.
Yo no sé quién. ¿Tú conoces a alguien que no le guste un taco?
Alguna manera de hacer este taco. Échale cualquier cosa que quieres.
Exactamente. Si alguien dice,
un taco, ¿verdad?
A mí no me gustan los tacos, a esta persona no quiere paz mundial. ¿Cómo que no te gustan los tacos? Porque se puede hacer de cualquier cosa. Esta ha sido nuestra sección para los mexicanos. Muchísimas gracias por todas las experiencias que hemos tenido. Gracias por todas las cosas que han traído. Gracias por el español. Gracias por todo eso.
Y por Selma Hayek. ¡Viva la raza!
¡Que viva! ¡Que viva! Ahora tenemos... back to English.
Push the
English button. Stop. We got some events coming up. Friday, November 1st. What do we got?
This is a big one, man. This is a big one. The Brunch Comedy Show is presenting you the Dead Comedians Show. Very, very special show that I used to be a part of out in Cali, and then the COVID killed it. So it's really what it says, Dead Comedian Show. So every famous dead comedian you can think of, they're not going to, well, maybe, I don't know. They might be like that, are going to be a performer. We're going to raise them from the dead, and they're going to come perform their best stand-up comedy. So right now, we have some auditions set up. So if there's comedians out there, you want to impersonate your favorite comedian, message me on Instagram, Cinto. So we can get you an audition set up. Auditions are Sundays and Tuesdays. We already have a whole bunch of auditions set up. I'm excited for I'm actually tomorrow. I'm going to go see Robin Williams.
Oh, wow.
I mean, how cool is that to say I'm going to go see Robin Williams tomorrow? So audition for Robin Williams. We got Richard Pryor, Joan Rivers, Phyllis Diller, Rodney Dangerfield, Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney, Mitch Hedberg.
Wow, intriguing.
So it's going to be an amazing show, and that's the best part about the show. It's going to be local comedians performing.
Houston. Don't forget,
Houston.
The Houston show.
We're performing as these professional comedians. So I think that's the best part about it, is that not only are we paying tribute to these amazing idols of ours that inspire us to do comedy, but also it's Halloween night, Dia de los Muertos,
Noviembre
celebration. So it's gonna be a double whammy, dude. We're gonna pack that place. I'm excited.
Yeah. And on top of that, we're looking for sponsors for the event. The event is going to be recorded. It's going to be televised. It's going to be put on TV by a company called Shishi Media.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for the links to sponsor if you have a business, and then be also on the lookout for the links to attend the event.
We pretty much have the location. I don't have TBD here, but we pretty much have the location. We're just fine tuning and dotting the I's and crossing the T's on that contract to look for the location. But we pretty much have it. But it's going down no matter what. So
that's right. It's going down no matter what. Yep. Reminder, in October, we got free episodes on Fridays. Every Friday, we have an episode. If you know a business owner, or if you're a business owner, or you have some information that you'd like to share, please register for the episode. You can come as a guest. You can come as an audience member. Enjoy the information. Share with us information so that we can share as well. All right? Don't forget, every Friday we have episodes. And then on Mondays, we have an 11 o'clock in the morning affiliates information episode. If you're interested in making money without having to invest money, go check out the link, register, and attend the Zoom meetings. It's essentially sharing information about the memberships from the Premium Advantage, options that you have to refer clients, and things of that nature. It's a relatively about 30 minutes worth of information that you can take and use for maybe getting paid for something or activating something that you may be interested in applying. Cool. That's the end of the information that we have for today. Anything else that you'd like to throw on top?
I like our little studio that we're trying out today.
The huddle room.
We'll be back. We'll be back. What's it called?
The huddle room.
We'll be back in the regular studio next time, but I like it in here, man. This is cool.
Yeah. See you guys next time.